A Perspective on Poetry. Godspeed Igarashi. 2/19/2025. Every artist, no matter the medium, is unique. A good artist does not copy. No, a good artist imitates. There's a very sharp distinction between these two words. Copying, in essence, has no soul, no energy infused into it. You can tell when someone is copying. They're hollow, shallow versions of the people they truly are, hiding underneath it all. And when you start to live each second of your life being your true, authentic self, something magical happens. You start to imitate. Imitation is the way a person who is living in the light of their own love and abundance adds to their knowledge, style, delivery, and vision based upon creations of others. Others in this instance could otherwise be called the universe, the breath of creation, the divine mother and father, the essence of creation itself, God, if you will. This is the broadest term that encapsulates everything that is, has been, or ever will be. This includes every creation by any being that has ever been, and those beings themselves. Stepping back and viewing the entire mural that is the universe and the fabric of existence, we gain the ability to pinpoint and zoom in on a particular part of that existence. This is how I approach my art in general, but specifically my poetry. We will now examine the way I structure my poetry and why. Let's take a look at my poem titled Found. This is a long-form poem that is a good, detailed example of my style and approach. You'll see in all presented pictures of the poem circled sections 1.1 through 2. Found markups, section 1. Truly a gift to truly see, in quotations, does not flow off the tongue like the first or third stanza. This is to create a quote-unquote pause in the reader's mind. Normally, sentences that stick out like sore thumb in my poetry are very intentional. Usually these lines hold a more profound meaning than the lines surrounding them, or they tie together the thoughts and ideas of previous stanzas and the one it is in. It is to give the reader a moment to wonder about what they just read. The message is driven deeper into the psyche. 1.2. The end of stanza 1 and stanza 3 rhyme. This effect is placed at the beginning of the poem to grab attention and hold on to said attention. Too many of the pause lines in the beginning creates a sense of labor in the reader's mind, not a feeling one tends to seek from reading poetry in their spare time. 1.3. Again, this is a pause. This demonstrates how these two small lines simultaneously have more impactful inherent meaning than the lines in its own stanza and the one before it, and how it ties the ideas of these stanzas together. 1.4. The first stanza seen here has the word soul in the third line. Immediately after that, I induce a pause. And immediately after that, I rhyme a word that came before the pause, essentially restarting the flow of the stanzas to come. 1.5. Again, reaching backwards in the poem, etches rhymes with sketches from the previous stanza. This is effectively overlapping two different flows of rhyming, seamlessly embedded together, harmonizing and amplifying each other. 1.6. This is another pause, again, more meaningful and ties previous ideas together. 1.7. More rhyming to keep up attention, interest, and flow. 1.8. Touch and us don't rhyme on paper, but when this poem is read aloud or in the head, the flow of the poem itself makes them rhyme. Example A, time swallows all it can touch, but that divine part, the part that makes us. See what I mean? Continuing on. 1.9. Two instances of the same word to emphasize the image and importance of the idea being presented, that death is a door, another beginning, not the end of everything. 2. Death is the last word used in the poem. The weight of this word is enough to anchor the entire poem and end on a metaphorical bang, a dropping of the mic, if you will. The structure of this poem came about naturally, only recognized by me, the author, upon further examination, analysis, and processing of my own work. The ability I have to criticize my own work from an objective, constructive standpoint is what I believe sets me apart as a writer and artist in general. The intention for this piece going in was that I wanted to rhyme occasionally to keep up the attention span of the reader. That was it. I channeled the energy of the most creative parts of my soul, that is the universe itself, What was born was my style, my unique, one-of-a-kind style that I believe is justifiable and explainable. Not necessarily calculated, but more of a kind of creation that was created by the universe playing my mind like an instrument, with me being the maestro of the concert. This is not possible without true authenticity. No truly talented artist is a shallow person. They find and dance with their demons and their angels on the same dance floor, knowing full well that they are neither of those things, but that they are the divine child of creation, as we all are. They dig deep and realize their own strengths and weaknesses. They create a guide, or as it is more commonly called, a vision in their heads. They have a picture of how to get there. They may not have every small step planned out, but they have a plan to make one when they cross that bridge. A sort of set of principles, values, beliefs, and convictions that guide their every decision. This ability to create and execute a vision beyond what most others are capable of is what we refer to as genius. I have this quality, and not in a narcissistic sense, but in a confidence sense. The difference between the two is that narcissism is based in fantasy and wishful thinking, while confidence is based in reality and evidence. One brings about negative vibration, manipulation, exploitation, and other nasty qualities we can all embody if we so choose. The other brings about results. Let's just say I am a very, very, very results-driven person.